Hello, students. My name is Dr. Jeff Robinson, and it will be my privilege to be your professor for Church History 1 this semester. A little bit about myself as we begin this great adventure of examining some of the issues and characters who formed the first 14 or 15 centuries of the history of Christianity. I have been privileged to serve here at North Greenville as an adjunct professor of church history since 2020. I've been in ministry the past 27 years. My day job is quite different than this one. I serve as president and editor-in-chief of the historic Baptist Courier, which is the state newspaper here in the upstate, based in Greenville, where I live. I have been serving in this position since March 1st, so a short time, but my background is in journalism. Also, I pastored for 15 years. I pastored churches and a church in Alabama, and also for 10 years for a church in Louisville, Kentucky, where I spent 20 years. I attended the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary. I'm a two-time graduate from that institution. My Master of Divinity and my PhD are from there, and I also was privileged to teach at Boyce College and Southern for several years while I served in pastoral ministry there. Again, my background is in newspapers. I have, in some form or fashion, worked as a journalist for almost 40 years now. I know that probably surprises you because I'm sure I look quite young, but the Lord has blessed me with many opportunities. I worked in newspapers for 13 years. My undergrad degree is in journalism, and so I worked at newspapers in Georgia, my home state, for about 13 years before surrendering to ministry and going to seminary in the mid-90s. So I worked in newspapers from the late 80s into the mid-90s. I had opportunities to be a sports writer. I covered the Atlanta Braves when they were not so good, and then when they were great, was also able to cover politics there in Georgia in the early 90s. So the Lord has given me lots of good opportunities. So I've been an editor-writer for a long time, so you want to get those papers right for me. We're going to pick those apart and hopefully make you a better writer, but more about that just a bit later. My undergrad's from the University of Georgia, so I'm a Georgia Bulldog, and if that describes any of you, you get bonus points. Not really, only joking, but of course that may not be so appealing to some of you, but that is my background. And it was my privilege to move close to home back in July of last year. My family moved from Louisville to the upstate. I grew up in a little town called Blairsville, Georgia, about 80 miles due west of here in the North Georgia mountains. My wife's name is Lisa. We've been married 29 years. She is a realtor. I have 4 children, who most of whom are grown now or in college, and so the Lord has been good to me, and I count it a great privilege to have the opportunity to serve you in this way throughout this semester. If you have any questions or need anything, please, by all means, call me or email me or text message me or smoke signal me or something like that, because I'm here to serve you. And I love church history. I love studying about the past, our rich history as God's people. So I look forward to our journey together.